created this falsehood, and they tried to use this guy to promote it. Yep. They created a lie. Yep. And they'd have to admit that. Man. Yep. Their own demise. But they can take that. It would be the easy way. My message to those who profess to be Jews. I would like you to know if you are unaware of the facts of the profession of your faith, after all, you are believing what you are told. Judaism was a political and religious reconstruction of the order structure of the children of Israel, namely Jacob. This was a system of beliefs and laws that were to be protected under their profession of their faith. And they call it the law of Judah. As they said, Judah is the lawgiver. Judah was given a responsibility for which he fulfilled. They accepted it and recognized it as such. And so they spread, not only in number, but also in belief. Their faith spread. Many believed in their profession and supported their belief. So they were also called Jews. As is practiced today, after all, if you marry a Jew, don't you automatically become a Jew? No. So you have to profess to be Jew in your belief, in your faith, to be a Jew. No. But that's what they profess today. Right. Jew is a religious belief and a political belief system. It has nothing to do with genealogy or blood. Jew and the children of Israel are two different things. Even though they can be the same, a person can be an Israelite, a descendant of Israel, and a Jew. Yes. But just because you profess to be a Jew does not mean you are the descendant of Abraham. Therefore, not the descendant of Israel, Jacob. It's two different things. Now, this is not something I'm making up. I'm telling you what it says in the book that you profess your faith on that have led you to these crimes. If you practice the profession of your faith, wouldn't you be happy? If the profession of your faith promote oppression upon others, will that make you happy? To say that might is right is aggression. Fine. However you are might, we claim mightier. Dibs, we are those who have faith that the life itself is a conscious organism of which we are from and is a part of. The life never left us to go, and we were never without the life.
crazy, he crazy.
Sometimes I wonder. Faith is that even though I do not see the life that is conscious that I know in a mole beyond the mole I see present, that does not mean the life itself does not exist. I claim dibs to the mole, and I claim right to mole. Yahyaa, God.
He crazy, he crazy.
Oh, oh. 2014. And I have a list of messages. Alright, let's get to it. I'll start with Assad. My message to Assad. 2014. When I was a child in Jamaica, my grandmother Gloria, she used to ensure that we have understanding when we, walked out the door. Because as a young child, I was like maybe 5, 6, 7. I learned from her what it is to walk in this world, understanding the power of consciousness. She allowed me to understand that even though I can't see the duppy man, don't mean I have to be afraid. Why would I be afraid? In many cultures, for the sake of power and opportunity, they desire to manipulate the young into believing falsehoods so that they can for themselves raise better slaves. After all, a willing slave is far less problem than the compliant slave. So, this prevalent ideology is something that my grandmother, instilled in me to understand from a young age, not to allow myself to get into. So I never feared the jinn. And I did not sit around and wait for the help of the angels. I understand, from me on the outside looking in, I see that you were used to your own demise. You allowed yourself to be used, therefore you do hold some account. I understand you realize you were conned very late. I want you to understand your position in your country has more to do with preserving the stability in the best way that I know how. He will remain their king of Syria, says Yahyaa, God. Most people who profess their faith in the life, I don't think they really understand what that means. I think that most of them have simply been conditioned to have a belief from when they were so young. They didn't seem to take the time to give thought that the things spoke about are actual entities that exist. Where is our faith in the concept of spirit? Did we sell that too, along with the bauxite and the weed? I have faith that the life itself, Allah, is real. It's a conscious, living organism for which we're a part of. I'm a conscious being. I am here, regardless of what anyone claims. I speak spoken word. People hear. Therefore, what is from the manifestation in this realm of what we produce. Look at us. I would think it's a great duty to be able to defend the people. It's a right. I don't fault you for doing the best job you can. But I want you to understand that for those of us who have faith, that this is a war that goes beyond the physical. This is a war that goes into the realm of those of us who believe in a spirit and a soul. In a realm. They call it dimensions. When you learn to walk, you will walk them all. I don't care about what you choose to believe personally. I just believe if there isn't a stability to ensure the growth of humanity, we will self-destruct. And if we truly believe and have faith that Allah is a conscious organism, a living being from which all that is. Allah is the living consciousness. And because Allah is, that means there is a living consciousness. We have faith in that. That's cool. That's why there's no compulsion in religion. That's why we don't compel people to a mold, to give them form. That is the deceit. I enjoyed the walk with Muhammad. But I'm so glad that I am not Muslim. I have faith that Allah is a living organism, a living being. I have faith in that. And I'm not going to compel nobody to believe differently. That just doesn't make any sense. I just enjoy my faith. So I live to kill the criminals, the oppressors, the dictators, the traitors. I don't care what you call yourself. Al-Qaeda, Al-Cahoots, Al-Criminal, Al-Hypocrites, Al-Munafiqun. Who are you fooling with your lies? What's even a worse crime is those who profess to be Muslim, whose actions could have brought about the states you profess you wanted. You don't have to rule people to live in an Islamic state. Practice it. You're half the country. And their faith shall not exceed past the throat. Beyond what they say, don't worry. Regardless of whatever you profess, I am mu'min. You can't change that. My duty is to ensure if you become an oppressor, I am to suppress you. Bitch. I don't care who's paying you. Because I keep saying it, Al-Qaeda is a fraud. All these claims about you want to start Sharia law. Look at Afghanistan. Look at the Taliban. They are oppressors and dictators. Nothing in that place is Islam. I don't even talk about it. I just say those criminals over there in Afghanistan. Where's the Islam? Muhammad said, and if the devil came to you and tell you the facts, regardless if it's the devil, accept the facts for what they are. Yes, the devil is a liar. And the facts are the facts. For those of you who seek fame in this war, Fame should kill you. Since you will buy lives, who gives a fuck about rules of engagement? It is what it is. Yes, these bastards conspire to murder you, and the others they already murdered. And they paid whosoever what to make as much money, getting you to do whatever you need to get the money, to give them to give you what you need to keep yourself alive. Yeah, I understand that. Here's how you can win the war. If the Queen of England can be Queen of England without oppression and some foreign army being paid to murder her, then why is your claim being rejected in order to maintain the stability as they claim? After all, they said they got rid of Saddam and only got worse, and they're still trying to kill you. Why? I wouldn't make any bargains on no deals with traitors and liars. Fuck them. And all those hypocrites they paid to go murder, out in the street screaming Allahu Akbar, while the Palestinians who have a legitimate right to claim as they are occupied and are being oppressed, you're everywhere else being paid. Now you want to be, you know what? We don't like Putin no more. America's paying us more. The worst part about it is that the complacent people who think they're going to escape it are only going to find themselves in it, as they are promised. You will live in what you build. That is what it says. If your deeds didn't get you there, then how do you expect to get it? So, I strive to build what I desire to live in. A world with less criminals and more citizens. Thank you, and have a great day. For those of us who campaign to try to see a peaceful resolution for the greater benefit of the nation, I thought to myself it was a brilliant idea to think that you could protect your nation as the king. It's your right, isn't it? Wasn't your daddy a king and you passed it down and you were crowned, and that's not your history? Let me go look it up on Google. Let me go Google you. Manipulated them to their end. Yeah, the same thing they did with the Iran-Iraq. They were motivating and promoting Iraq publicly, with Saddam Hussein, while at the same time getting paid by Iran. Right. Making a killing. See, war's profit. You know how much money made up for that? We ain't lost a man. Yep, look how I destroyed Jamaica. Labor rights socialists for years. Ain't even our shit. What the fuck I know? The communists. What? Yeah, you what? Socialists. What? Liberals. What? What? I just want some food. It's a pussy. I don't understand it though. Imagine. Right. If you are a nation, as a nation today, because of especially these ridiculous circumstances, yes, protectionism is going to be a thing. And whatever you need to produce, you need to produce it at home. Right. And it doesn't require depriving other people of their right. Right. You can't say because you want to sabotage people and keep a more open market, you're not going to give them stuff. Nope. Right. This doesn't affect international trade. This is just an issue of national security. So you may say 20% or 30% at least 30% of what you need for your nation is produced at home. The other 70% is import export. That way it doesn't affect it. You already have that like in a bank. Damn, that's what Fort Knox is for. Oh my goodness. What do they do with the money? Turn it into paper, put it in cyberspace. Now it's in the cloud. Nobody can find it. Ah. Oh boy. don't want to answer my phone. It could be the NSA. Okay, I'm no longer alone, but the money's in the cloud.